but I'm looking at what happened yesterday, and it came all the way down to a play made by a guy you might know pretty well. It was a 2nd and 10 at the 13 in the second to last Eagles possession, and they were driving, and I thought they were going to score a touchdown, and that would have made it a very different game. And guess what happened? Wentz rolls out. It's Taco Sunday. Taco Charlton got him. It's a sack by Taco. He got him down. It was a fumble. Way to go, Taco. Remember Taco? Taco Sunday.
We got about six sacks with the Dolphins.
Ex-Dallas Cowboy. I miss it.
Y'all ain't know how to use taco.
Well, I think we did.
You know, y'all were using
I told you, I
wrong
loved
kind of condiments on the taco.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Well, guess what? It ain't over yet. Thanks to your Eagles, because I'm starting to think that the Cowboys somehow are even a little better than the Eagles, and I don't know how.
So in other words, your Cowboys could possibly back into the division.
I just think they can win December 22nd at Philly, and I think they can beat the Redskins the last game, and that may be the 2 games they win. And now it's up to you guys to take care of your business.
I'm thinking 9-7. I'm thinking Eagles go 9-7. You guys will be 8-8.
Okay. Well, right now they're 5-7, so they're going to have to win 4 in a row.
Running the table.
4 in a row.
Run it.
Really? Okay. Running the table. I'll take that for a case. Right
Eagles
now.
going division hunting. I got it.
You want that?
You already owe me a couple of cases.
For what?
New England lost.
Oh, we didn't bet a case on that. You didn't bet me. I tried to get you. I said, do you want a case?
I picked them.
Okay, you picked the Texans, but I said, do you want to? I pushed you to take a case, and you said no.
You should give me 2 cases because I picked the score that New England was going to score.
Okay,
did get the score.
You get no cases.
I don't get
You'll like it.
Oh my God.
But well done. We can give you a congrats.
Okay,
way
I
to
don't know
go,
what else
Shannon.
to tell you. I mean, once in a while.
You gotta
You
put
need to write the Eagles a thank you note.
Yeah, so far, it's
I really
got a long
think you
ways
should
to
do
go.
that.
No, you ain't right. You go, okay, all that cry, Eagles cry.
I saw you smiling.
Okay, I want you to remember that.
Smiling about it.
All that cry, Eagles cry, the Beagles.
The Beagles.
You gonna
The
remember
Beagles.
that. You gonna remember that.
Yeah.
You remember that.
Eagles, and they responded by going to Miami and losing to the Dolphins. Way to go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Shall we talk about the Ravens? How about that? They got a hard-fought win over the NFC leading 49ers as Justin Tucker nailed a last-second field goal in the rain. And after another 100-yard rushing game for Lamar Jackson, he is now just 62 yards short of Michael Vick's single-season quarterback rushing record. If he continues at this pace, he should easily break that mark against the Bills next week. So, Shannon, how impressed were you with Lamar?
I was very impressed. Given those conditions, Skip, I mean, it rained basically the whole entire game. I'm talking about heavy rain throughout the first 3 quarters. And his ability to throw the football in those conditions is obviously very difficult to catch because not only is it raining, it's also cold. There's no worse feeling than being wet and cold. I mean, give me one or the other. Either, I like Miami,
It's the worst.
Yeah, Miami rain, Skip, that's warm rain. But you get up.
Wait a second. You didn't say that after Dallas played at New England. You said, oh, come on. It's the elements. You just got to go play in the elements.
Did Lamar do that?
Huh?
Did he do that?
Yeah, he did.
So were you impressed with Dak? I didn't think so because he didn't. Oh, thank you.
Wait, hold on. Dak Prescott threw for 110 in the 4th quarter at New England in a driving
and
rain.
called an L, and my guy beat him.
Okay. Your guy is my guy.
No.
Yeah.
And he threw for a grand total of 105 yesterday in 4 quarters.
Yeah, but how many yards rushing did Dak have?
Well, they don't let him. If they let him, he's not Lamar, but he could get 50.
Well, my MVP candidate now, Lamar L. Jack.
Yeah, after you switched a week ago, after you kept saying it's Russell Wilson.
I mean, considering he beat the Patriots, he's beating Deshaun, he's
beating everybody,
and he's beating Tom Brady.
Yep.
But Skip, look, his passing numbers are not going to wow a whole lot of people yesterday. But he did not put the ball in harm's way. Now, he did have a costly turnover because it looked like they were going in to put the nail into the coffin. But the guy made a heck of a play. Give him credit, he made a heck of a play. But some of the things that he's doing, Skip, that move that he put on that DB, if you watch Lamar Jackson, he's not looking at the DB. He's like, I already know you can't tackle me. I'm worried about where your help coming from. And what do I need to do after I beat you and make you look foolish? Skip, he never makes eye contact with the guy. He doesn't even look at him. He's like, okay, you already done. I ain't even worried about you.
He broke both his ankles.
He's like, is anybody out there? I can get to the edge. Okay, Pursuit's going to be coming to the inside. Let me go ahead and get up out of bounds. Skip, he's spectacular running the football. They can run the football. Again, they had another buck 78, 4.7 yards a carry. And that's what they do. They chew the clock up. And the thing is, when you play these teams, Skip, you're not going to get a whole lot of possessions because both teams can run it. So your possessions are minimal. So you better cash in. The thing that concerns me, one thing before I touch on San Francisco a little bit, Skip. thing that concerns me is Jimmy G. I think he's a weak link of the team because he's that one turnover. And in the playoff game, one turnover is all you
Changes
need.
it.
But Lamar Jackson was very impressive. He did nothing to hurt his chances. I still believe he's the MVP front runner. Now, Russell has the stage all to himself tonight against Minnesota.
Yep.
He can have something to say about that.
He could.
But Lamar Jackson, Skip, he was spectacular yesterday given the circumstances, and he's got a win. I mean, that was a 10-1 ball club. He just handled a 10-1 ball club, a loss. He handled an undefeated ball club, a loss. He handled Russell Wilson, a loss. Deshaun Watson, a loss. Those are all those guys are division leaders that he hung losses on.
By the way, the quarterback you just proclaimed, the weak link of the San Francisco 49ers, was the same quarterback that Bill Belichick wanted to go forward with 2 years ago as the quote-unquote next Tom Brady.
Yeah, he'd been right to do so.
Really?
Yep.
Would he not have become the weak link of the Patriots?
No, he wouldn't turn it because they wouldn't put him in that situation.
Oh, they wouldn't.
Sometimes Kyle put a little bit too much trust in him. But yesterday, Kyle saw what was working. He ran the ball and tried to minimize Garoppolo's throws.
So, to me, this game was not as close as the final score. I thought this game proved once again that Baltimore is clearly the best team in pro football with clearly the best player in pro football. And yet, the potential weak link to me on the Ravens is one guy named Marcus Peters, because he was responsible for making this game a lot closer than it was, because the first touchdown came for Jimmy G on a little prayer that he threw on 4th and 2 up through the raindrops. And I don't know what Marcus Peters is doing. I don't know if he lost it in the lights. I don't know what he's doing, but he just kind of quit on this ball. Like, well, just catch it. It's your ball. Just go up and catch it. What are you doing, Marcus?
Right there.
I don't know.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Debo Samuel just says, okay, I'll take
He
it.
Deboed him.
He Deboed him. I don't know what happened. And then when Raheem Mostert got loose on that 40-yard run, because Mostert can fly.
Oh, he can fly.
He's bounced around the league, but he can fly. Look at this, Marcus Peters. He just half-heartedly waved at him. He had a real shot to close on him and do. Richard Sherman, I give him this. Richard Sherman will come up and tackle you.
Yes.
He will try to take your legs out from underneath you. And Marcus Peters doesn't even really.
That's what got him. Remember, that's what got him up out of Kansas City.
That is correct.
And
got him up out of Los Angeles. And remember the game last year in the regular season game at New Orleans? Remember when Mike Thomas went for
over 2 bills on
211 on him, 12 catches for 211? Whew. And then he did go back to his credit, because he can give you a lot of good plays and a lot of bad. He's either really into it or he's not into it.
He's feast of famine.
Yep.
Now, you might get him, but when you least expect it, he's going to get a pick six. Because you remember in Kansas City, he took his stuff off. They sit him in the locker room. He take all his stuff off.
Took his stuff off.
And untape. He come out there and he's looking at him like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
But then you told me to go.
It just concerns me for Baltimore that you're trusting and depending on Marcus Peters, because you do not know what you're going to get.
You don't.
Marcus Peters came up big on Michael Thomas in the NFC Championship game and held him to 4 catches for 36 yards, which was very good.
Yes.
It was great. So this game comes down to the play that you talked about. I thought in the first drive of the second half, I thought they were ready to just slam the door on them, and it got to be 3rd and 1 at the San Francisco 35. And Lamar got loose, as you described, and he's running, and that kid, Marcel Harris, he's in for the starting safety.
Yeah, he had just gotten hurt.
Tart had just gotten ribs hurt. And so this is the backup safety, and he just goes up and takes it away. He took it away and held it, kept it. He didn't just strip him. He took it.
He took it out of his arm. And the thing is, Lamar has to understand, Lamar reminds me of another guy that only carries the ball in his right arm. That's Emmitt Smith. Emmitt was right-handed, but if you notice, he's like,
I covered him.
He said, I always felt, I asked, I was like, Emmitt, what? You're right-handed, bro. He said, I always just felt comfortable with the ball in my left hand. And Lamar must understand, the defenders out there, you can't put the ball, now if the ball's here, doesn't happen, but you got to give it that, because he feels comfortable with the ball in his left arm. But the guy made a heck of a play. Give that guy credit, because he made a heck of a play. He could have just went for the tackle, Skip, but he says, nah, I want the ball too.
So this game was closed by the runaway, to me, MVP, Lamar Jackson. The last 6:28 of this game, he put on a masterpiece because he just said, you can't have the ball back. And they faced a 4th and 1 and then a 3rd and 1, and he just said, I got this.
And Skip, they use heavy analytics, because you notice, Skip, if they get that ball at the 45 going out, Oh, they going for it on 4th and short.
Sure.
Because I guess they said a 4th and with this guy at quarterback is basically a 50-50. So they're like, we're willing to roll the dice. Because you see them go for it. They're going for it more and more on 4th down, especially if it's 4th and close. And how do you defense it? Because you got to worry about him leaving the ball in the belly of Ingram or Gus Edwards, and you got to worry about him pulling it, or you got to worry about him. They run a power. Skip, they run power. Where they pull somebody, lead the tight end and the running back, and Lamar is following them. Skip, I've never seen anybody step through the line of scrimmage like this kid and put his foot in the dirt and get gone like he can. I've never seen it. And Vic was special running the football, but this kid might be better than Vic running the football right now in his second year.
He just runs stronger than Michael was able to run. Michael seemed like a smaller man. He just was a smaller
man. He was a smaller man.
Yeah.
But the thing that's so special about him, Skip, is that he has wiggle. See, Michael had straight line speed. Once Michael got a head of steam, it was over. But this kid is shaking like 2 or 3 guys before he can get to a head of steam. Man, he was unbelievable yesterday. And I'm glad people got. I just wish the conditions were so we really could have saw a show, Skip. And I picked the Ravens to win by 3 points, but I thought it would be higher scoring. And I believe the game would have been higher scoring had the weather cooperated. But for what he's been able to do and the teams that he's beaten, Skip, he ain't, he beat Cincinnati and he did this. Skip, New England, San Francisco, Seattle, and Houston.
It's impressive.
I mean, you think about what have they lost? They lost 9 games total. So that's 2, 9 games total.
Okay. So I told you Friday that I never thought I would see the day that the deadliest passer in pro football is also the best running back in pro football, because that's an impossible combination. It's happening right before your very eyes. And I'm going to throw one other ingredient into this. Lamar Jackson's decision-making, to me, is starting to rival